Hey everybody, today I'm here to talk about IC814, the Kandahar hijack. It's a show on Netflix about the actual Kandahar hijacks which happened, and I think it's a good show. It's a I don't even know if it's called a limited series. It only has like 6 episodes. It's great, it's great. I'm here to talk about what I liked about it, what I didn't. I've not watched a TV show in a long time, so this was, refreshing. I like the fact that it was only 6 episodes, and the episodes were not like monstrously huge, like 50 minutes. I believe they range from like 50 to 30 minutes. But yeah, I'm here to talk about all the things I didn't like about it and all the things I liked about it. And I have to say, one thing which straight off the bat I thought was really, really good was the fact that they mixed real life footage into the show, right? Like, there's a lot of time when the scene will be happening, and then they take actual news media footage from the time the incident actually happened, and I think that was incredible. It gave like that simple touch of realism to it, because whenever they show footage like that, you realize, huh, I'm not watching a show written by a group of script writers on how to make it entertaining, how to make it, drama filled, how to make it heartbreaking. I'm watching something that actually happened. And that I think really helps. Like, obviously, the show is going to be romanticized and fictionalized to a certain degree because you can't make something entertaining otherwise, right? And even that I feel like to might be one of the negative points which I will get to later. But just the simple act of mixing in real life footage really makes you invested into it. It really makes you feel like, damn, this is something that did happen, this is not fiction, you know and I think the show does a good job of making you believe that whatever the TV show shows you is actually what happened. And I know it's been the subject of controversy because it's trying to humanize the terrorists, and the director was like, I want to, like, I get it. It's like, normally you would not want to humanize with the people who hijacked the fucking plane and kill like a person and like literally ruin the lives of a lot of people on that plane, right? I'm pretty sure they still deal with the PTSD of it today. I get it. But then again, that's where the line between fiction and reality is drawn. Because, like, you have to fictionalize a few things to make it entertaining. Otherwise, you would just go ahead and read the original book written by the captain. I bet the people complaining about the controversy do not care about the book, do not even care about the event, but the controversy is bigger than the actual event for them. Completely understandable. But the show, for the most part, at least, and I'm sure someone will be like, no, you're wrong, but like, it at least tries to be unbiased, right? It's not trying to glorify anything. It's not trying to show how it was the mistake of one thing which led to another. It very openly, blatantly points out how the Indian system was really, really shit back then. And it blatantly points out how, everyone was at fault here. And actions could have been taken and they were not taken on time, and that led to way more problems than it initially had. The show does a good job, I feel, at least, that it's not biased. I understand the controversy. I just don't think the show deserves the hate because of the controversy. Because let me tell you something, if something is controversial, and if it's not the show but the stuff that the director tells, then maybe you need to get a life. I'm just saying. Or you could boycott the show. And you know what? Fair. I agree. I think boycotting stuff is the smartest thing that the Indian audience ever figured out how to do, because it shows that, hey, I don't like this, so I'm going to boycott it. Do all movies and shows deserve it? No. But I'm not going to say don't boycott it. You're entitled to your opinion. I respect the Indian audience for that, right? Anyway, moving on. And this show actually gives you a lot of information. So I was not born when this incident actually happened, right? And growing up, this incident is never like, it's not one of those things where everyone knows about unless you actually research about it. Like, I was completely unaware about this. So this show actually led me to really do my own research about the actual event. And this is where I bring in the important point of splicing in real life footage really helped. Because even when I was not done with the show, I think I watched 3 episodes and like we took a little break. But I wanted to know what happened actually. Like, I wanted to know what happened in real life. And I think this is great. I think there should be more movies, and I think shows work a bit better because you actually have more time to spread it out. Because it got me really interested in the actual hijacking, and I read up on it. I read up what it led to. I read up what caused it. And yeah, it's a very sad thing, honestly, because it the release of those terrorists led to a lot of things. And that's another thing I want to also say the show does well. Like, I think in the last episode they actually show the ramifications of what happened because we released the terrorist, right? It was not all like, our citizens are safe. I like that. The show is very objective about it. It shows you the repercussions of releasing them, and they are not pretty. I would highly suggest, I wouldn't even say watch the show, just read up on the Kandahar hijack and the IC814 flight hijack and what it led to and everything. It's fascinating. It really is. Like, from a purely information standpoint, it's very interesting to see what happened. So please do read up on it, right? And yeah, I think the acting in this show is really good. It shows the flaws, it shows the depth of each character. The combined cast of this show is massively incredible. Oh my god. Like, the amount of acting talent packed in this cast alone, like, literally, unfortunately, these actors always seem to be getting, like, supporting roles and, like, not such major roles. They're not like mainstream actors except for, like, maybe Vijay Verma. But my god, there are some actors in this, man. Like Pankaj Kapoor, Arvind Swamy, Nasiruddin Shah, fucking Vijay Verma, Aditya Srivastav, even the man from Kala, he's in there, and so many more names. I don't even know the names of these people, but you will recognize every single one of them. And I don't know, that is just a testament. Like, you will recognize them, and they're all very incredible actors who deserve all the attention and praise, right? My favorite performances personally come from Vijay Verma. Most of his scenes come from the fact that there's just a camera pointed at his face, and that's not an easy thing to act when that is your range. He kills it. Vijay Verma, I'm glad he's getting his flowers because he genuinely is a good actor. He genuinely is. Maybe not all of his performances, but he's genuinely a good actor. Aditya Srivastav. I wasn't even a fan of CID. I love him. He is such a good actor. I believe he plays the head of Raw in this show. Kills it. I love his performance. Incredible. And overall, I think the show is, like, again, short. I think it's sweet, it's simple, it gets its points across, and I really like it. I do have some complaints about the show, though, right? First of all, it does start to feel a bit dragged. And that's the funny thing, it's only 6 episodes, but even in those 6 episodes, you can tell it's like, they're dragging it a bit. Some characters felt pointless. The Some of the top brass felt like, I don't need to know about this character. Like, the whole side plot line with the Nepal and India spies, that kind of felt like, I don't want to know about that either. But I think the biggest unnecessary plot point, and no offense, I love Diya Mirza, but god, Diya Mirza's whole character along with her journalist and the whole media plot D of this entire show was so unnecessary. There was no satisfying payoff. It was just so unnecessary, and I'm surprised at how unnecessary it was. It was so stupid, and honestly, they just did that to pad out the runtime. I can tell already because I'm pretty sure, like, the minimum amount of episodes you can have is 6 or something. Because, like, they really wanted to pad it out, and they were like, okay, we'll do whatever. Let's just try to pad it out, which I understand, of course, but I just don't agree with. It just felt very unnecessary, right? And since it's more like a biography, because, like, again, you can't fictionalize too much of it, right? So it wasn't exactly action heavy, so to speak. It wasn't exactly, oh my god, this is so exciting. It was more like you watching the recounting of an incident. So I can see why some people would not find this show as interesting and would honestly find it boring. And I wouldn't debate against you. I would be like, yeah, I can see that. Because it's not one of those where you're like, you have to watch this show, right? So overall, I personally think it's like an 8 out of 10 show. But if people think it's not as good, I would agree. I would agree it's not as good of a show. I think for me, my curiosity kind of took over the fact of, like, my curiosity for the actual incident kind of took over the fact of the actual show, right? So the show almost was like a supplement to me finding out about the actual incident. But like, if I think about it purely from a TV show perspective, I can get it why you don't like it. I still thought it was good, but I get it. I kind of see why people would not like it. And I'm not even talking about the controversy. Like, if you just objectively view this show, I get why people wouldn't like it, right? But me personally, I liked it. So yeah, I think that's all I think about IC814, the Kandahar hijack. Watch it. If you don't know about the case, 100% watch it, or just read up on the case. You don't have to watch this show. It's interesting. It's a piece of history. We have to know what went wrong and what it led to, and I think it's fascinating, and I think it's a lesson, honestly. So yeah, please do read up on the case or watch this show. I would recommend it. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.